Welcome to the Stretch Partner Flexibility for Life training program. I'm Kimberly Dykeman. First off, congratulations on making a choice to make a change. You didn't just buy some random gadget. You've actually made an investment in a tool that is certain to change your way of living, make you a little healthier and a little more youthful. Now my goal is actually to teach you to get the most out of the Stretch Partner, no matter what your level of fitness, your needs, or your age. And I promise to keep these instructions as simple and memorable as possible, using plenty of tips and some really creative visuals. Regardless of your lifestyle, if you're an avid exerciser, a proud couch potato, or even a professional athlete, we all have the same physical makeup. I mean, look at all of your joints and muscles. Our bodies were geared to move and run and play. Now, flexibility is each joint's ability to go through a full range of motion. Now, if you don't use it, you will definitely lose it. So flexibility training or stretching is the best way to ensure that you'll be able to do all these movements, if it's on the court, in the field, in your backyard, or even in the office. And the more flexible you become, the more fit you become, and life actually becomes easier on your body. So now you know why you need to stretch. Here's how the Stretch Partner will benefit you. Number one, functionality. You'll experience improved physical performance in your day-to-day activities, better balance and posture, and reduced risk of low back issues. Number two, flexibility. Experience improved circulation, muscle coordination, and recovery time from exercise, and decrease your risk of overtraining and injury. And number three, fun. Definitely experience enhanced enjoyment of physical activities. When movement is easier on your body, you want to keep going and having fun. And you free yourself of the fear of getting out there and trying new activities. It also helps relax your mind and body and brings a heightened awareness of well-being and personal gratification during exercise. Now, before we jump on the Stretch Partner, here are a few simple tips on technique. And for memory's sake, we're going to call them the 7th inning stretch tips because there's 7 of them. Number one, set up for success. What does your workspace look like? Designate an area with clothes, water, music, maybe a calendar, and a mirror to see what's going on. Number two, always warm up. To avoid injury, make sure that your muscles are warm, literally. 3 to 5 minutes of walking, light pedaling, or light usage of a cross trainer are all fine. But don't do activities like running or jumping rope because of the impact. Number three, maintain proper posture through the stretch. Doing both active stretches, when you use one muscle group to stretch another, and passive stretches, when you use gravity to stretch. Number four, focus on deep, smooth breathing. Number five, keep the tempo slow and easy. Each stretch should last between 10 and 20 seconds. Count out loud if you need to. Number six, if it ain't involved, keep it that way. Don't use other muscles to help and keep everything else relaxed. And number seven, if it hurts, stop. There's discomfort and then there is pain. Now we're ready to begin. So go ahead and hop on the Stretch Partner. And while you're doing that, check out the amenities. You've got a cushiony pivoting seat bottom, pedals to fit any shoe size, dynamic pivoting handlebars, adjustable safety straps for our stunts later, and an instruction guide to help you follow along. Now I promise to keep this simple and memorable, so we'll start from the top and work our way down. Many of us sit poorly, we carry our gear improperly, and we just hold stress in this area. So these first 4 stretches are to elongate the muscles in your neck and shoulders and definitely help out your posture. We'll start off with the neck. Sitting squared up to the handlebars and tall, reach up and over your head, bend at the elbow, hand pretty much lands on that ear, and pull to create space between that ear and the other shoulder. Breathe deeply and release. And let's get the other side. Reach up and over and pull gently, of course. Breathe through that as well. And release. Now this first stretch for the front part of your shoulders, you're actually going to reach behind you, to the top of that seat bottom. Sit tall, push your chest out, and draw your elbows together. This will help with posture and probably your golf game. For a little more challenge and a deeper stretch, draw your hands a little closer together, pull up the elbows. Next stretch is for the rear part of your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades. So reach one arm across your chest and pull in with the opposite hand across that elbow. And release and do the other side. Reach across your chest, pull in at the elbow. You should feel like you're loosening up a very tight jacket. And the final stretch is actually your very first passive stretch. So we need to use our adjustable safety straps here. Your first stunt. So go ahead and fit them on. You're going to cross your hands on that handlebar, push against the handlebar to pivot back, and just let gravity do its job. Breathe deeply through that. Trust the equipment. Come back to your original position safely and reverse your hands. Hands on the handlebars. Push to pivot back. And feel all that loosen up underneath your shoulder blades. Come back to your original position. You take off those safety straps for a second and actually flip the page on your instruction guide because we're going to go into the back and abs. On to the next challenge at hand, to relax the back. But first, let's do a reality check. There are over 5 million Americans who are plagued with lower back pain. And this is definitely prominent for folks over 40, when the body tends to get a little stiffer and is more prone to injury. Regular stretching, though, will definitely stave this off well into the 80s and 90s. So the next set of stretches will target that core area, all of the muscles from front to back. So we'll start off with another stunt. So go ahead and grab onto your adjustable safety straps and get in there. These first two stretches will open up your upper back. Grab onto the handlebars, palms face down, push against the handlebars and pivot back. And let gravity open up your back. Breathe through that. If you want a deeper stretch, you can go ahead and move your knees just a little further out on that seat bottom and hang out there like a jockey. Come back to your starting position. The next stretch is an active stretch, so you don't need your straps. Go ahead and let loose there. Again, sitting tall, squared up to the handlebars. Go ahead and raise both arms up and over your head. Press your palms together. Elbows are right at your ears. And the action is to pull your arms back behind you. Still staying tall though. This should loosen up things in your upper back to help improve reaching things on top shelves and maybe your layup shot as well. And go ahead and release. The next stretch is actually going to open up the sides of your core. Believe it or not, it gets a little cramped in there. So grab onto one side of the handlebars, reach up and over with the other arm, and lean. You're going to stay facing forward still, and picture yourself between two panes of glass so you don't lean forward or back. Come back up, and we'll do the other side. Grab the handlebars, reach up and over, and feel all that space coming between all those ribs. Reach with your fingertips, and come back up. Last stretch is really going to target those deceivingly small lower back muscles right above your caboose. So you're going to stay squared up at first. Grab the seat behind you. Opposite arm goes on the handlebar and slowly twist your upper body around. Breathe through that. If you want a deeper stretch, you can go ahead and grab onto one side of the handlebars, reach up and over with the other arm, and lean. You're going to stay facing forward still, and picture yourself between two panes of glass so you don't lean forward or back. Come back up, and we'll do the other side. Grab the handlebars, reach up and over, and feel all that space coming between all those ribs. Be very gentle and try to keep your shoulders level though. And release, come back to original spot. Hand goes here, other hand here, and twist. So you can reach the stuff in your back seat of your car now. And back to the original position. The last stretch is actually on the flip side, which targets your abdominals. We're going to uncoil all the tension in there. Go ahead and put both of your feet under the front base and scoot yourself down to that seat bottom. I'm going to walk you through the whole stretch because it gets a little tricky. What you're going to do is lean back on the seat, push away with your feet, and extend your arms all the way up and over your head. But on the way back, make sure you support all the weight of your head back to the original position. So hands on the handlebars, lean back and push away. And to get out, just use those handlebars, step on up, change on to the next page, and we'll begin the next set of stretches. Nowadays, most of us find ourselves in front of our computers and at our desks way too long, hunched over, and we don't realize what kind of impact it has on us until we can't open a jar or our tennis or golf game is way off. So these next stretches are going to show us how we can open up those dangling limbs in our forearms and also this broad part of our chest. We'll start off with the forearms. Squared up to the handlebars, reach forward with both arms, palms face up, and your fingertips go right on that handlebar. Now the movement is very simple. You're just going to lean forward and push at the wrists and just extend as comfortably as possible. And you'll feel that lengthening from the wrists all the way up through your biceps. And breathe through that. For a visual, it's kind of like, look, nothing up my sleeve, that sort of thing. A few more seconds. And when you release, we'll go behind the scenes to all the area of your triceps. So reach up and over and drop right at the elbow. Your hand lands right between your shoulder blades. With your opposite hand, bring it up and pull down and over. And you'll feel that stretch from your elbow on down. Good rotation at that shoulder as well. Go ahead and release. Other side. Bring that arm up and over, bend at the elbow, hand lands right back here. Other hand comes up and pull down. Breathe. Okay, we're done with the arms. Last one is for your chest. So again, straight forward, stay as parallel to the ground as possible with your shoulders. Another simple movement though, hands come right behind your ears on your head, and you're going to leverage your fingertips against the back of your head, and it should almost feel like somebody is pulling behind at your elbows. Keep that chin up. Feel all of that opening up throughout your chest and over your shoulders. You can even do this at your desk. And go ahead and relax. And you can go ahead and turn the page on your instruction guide because we're about to start the next set of stretches. Before we target the hips and legs, let me first tell you that your hips are not a padded hand rest. They're actually the joint around which a ton of muscles come together, and the ones we're going to target are your hamstrings, your glutes, your inner thighs, and your quadriceps. When they're all working wonderfully in concert with one another and they're lengthened, you can jump and lean over and do anything without any problems. When they're tight though, they can definitely cramp your style. These stretches are put together to avoid that. So we'll start off by lengthening the hamstrings. Go ahead and square up. Oops, first, this is a stunt. So grab your adjustable safety straps and hook in. Glad I remembered that. Actually, all three of these are going to be stunts. You can stay in. Hang on to the handlebars, extend one leg at the knee, keep that foot pointed, and go ahead and push against those handlebars to pivot back. And go back as far as it feels comfortable. You're kind of burying your navel right now. You should feel that stretch from your hip all the way down the back of your hamstrings. And breathe through that. For some of us, one side is tighter than the other, so maybe put a little more attention on the very tight side. And come out of that stretch. Other side, extend out, keep that foot pointing forward, pivot and come back. For some taller folks, you might want to grab onto the handlebar a little further up front. And for short people like me, you actually get a deeper stretch. And come right back to your original position. The next stretch is going to work your glutes or your butt muscles there. You're going to start with one leg, bring it up, and the bottom of your foot you're actually going to place on that seat bottom, and it's actually going to be on the inside of that other leg. Grab onto the handlebars, push back, pivot back, and be real gentle here, okay? You should feel that stretch from your hip around the outside of your leg, definitely on that glute area, the undercarriage that's well padded. And come back up. And go into the other leg. Bring it up. Bottom of the foot on the seat bottom, pressing against your other leg. And pivot and come back. And breathe through that. Trust the equipment. Come right on back. And the last stretch is actually for the inner thigh area. Some folks know that the word groin pull is very scary, so we're going to try to stave that off. You're going to bring both feet together on that seat bottom, so the bottoms of your feet are pressing against one another. And you'll push against the handlebars and pivot back and be real gentle here, okay? Gravity will do its job, and just that weight will keep your knees out and open up that inner part of your thigh. So we're back to our original position, and we are almost done, folks. We've got 2 stretches left. Definitely not stunts, so you can take off those safety straps and step out of the stretch partner. The second to last stretch is for your quads. So you're going to plant one knee on that seat bottom and get your shin up there. Balance yourself with the handlebars. And this is going to hit all of those muscles throughout your quads. And don't put any weight on your knee. So the movement is to just lean back, weight comes back here. You should feel this from your hip on down to your knee. It's almost like you're kicking your own butt. And go ahead and bring that off. We'll come around to the other side. Other knee comes up, shin on the bottom of that seat. Grab onto the handlebars for balance. And just lean back, putting the weight back here. And you feel the stretch from the knee all the way up into your hip. And the last one is for your Achilles and your calf muscles. So come to the rear of the stretch partner, whichever leg you want to start on first. Put the ball of your foot on the non-slip part of the base. Grab onto that seat for balance. And just drive your heel into the floor. You should feel that stretch from your Achilles all the way up through your calf. Go ahead and step off of that. Other side. Ball of your foot on that surface. Grab on for balance. And drive your heel into the floor. And breathe. And know that you're almost done. Well, congratulations, you made it through the Stretch Partner Flexibility for Life training program. Don't forget the 7th inning stretch tips and enjoy your stretch partner. For Lifespan Fitness, I'm Kimberly Dykman.